pride, gotta keep this wave alive. Risk it for the game, that's the only side. Checks is in my favor, see this power never divides. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales just tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. With the vision, yeah, blueprint mine. Counting every dollar, turning nickels into dime. Trap game, senator, vetoing lanes. Legend in the making, put respect on my name. Hustle in my veins, got the streets on lock. Wrist stay dripping like a clock, tick tock. I'm trying to balance, but they tipping like a scale. Cashing all these checks while I'm getting all this mail. Say racks in the safe, yeah, racks in the safe. State of all stay full, state of all stay full. Pockets overweight, we don't play by the rules. Set pockets overweight, we don't play by the rules. See the feds wanna audit, but the books stay clean. I'm a ghost in the trap, I'm the one you ain't seen. Whip it so fast and I leave you in the dust. Gold in my chain and you know I got a tux. Trapping all day, you know the grind don't stop. Making all these plays, gotta make it to the top. Diamonds in my grill, yeah, gleam no flaws. Justice in my hustle, yeah, above the law. Money talks loud, I don't hear no hate. Balance out the game, yeah, so you own play. Enemies plotting, I'm 10 steps ahead. Counting all this money while I'm laying in the bed. Hold up, wait up, odds, yeah, let the scales decide. It's profit over pride, gotta keep this wave alive. Risk it for the game, that's the only side. Checks is in my favor, see this power never divide. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Yeah, shadows in the track where the Grim Reaper creep. Blood on the ledge, yeah, secret buried deep. Cold steel flash, yeah, hear them scream. Nightmares fuel, yeah, running up a scheme. No solar cell, got a debt unpaid. Graveyard shit, take her to the grave. Scales dripping red, balance in the sin. Checks cashing out for them dead presidents. Chains on my wrist like the devil's got a grip. Ink on the deal, watch a candle just drip. Smoke in the air, mask in the stench. Traps in the dungeon, then you know I got a hit. Voices in the hall, yeah, counting every loss. Scales on the tip, yeah, carrying the cross. Hollow out the game, lead them boys to run. Checks coming in, boy, I can't be bought. Show my floor, you know I gotta check the cash. Heads at the door, you know I gotta hide the cash. Blade in the palm, yeah, I gotta cut it raw. Plug overseas, stay above the law. Make the White House black, count the money in the dark. Whipping this work, leave stains, no spark. Checks hit the trap, but the block stay grim. Scales tipping heavy, got justice again. Got justice again. Yeah. You know what it's about? It's about holding on to all this power. And as you can see, I got a lot of it. And I'm not sharing any of it. Cause guess what? It's me, Big Zeus, doing what I wanna do. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales just tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Scales just tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. We don't got much time, and you know what time it is. It's Happy Thursday, right? We got a lot to do. It's going to be an abbreviated show this morning because Big Zeus, has other affairs to tend to. But we'll get to it.
It's like a curse.
Jesus.
And I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. Deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. When I'm out of class, it's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you rich and famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
Let's go.
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
That part right there. That part right there.
It's like deja vu.
That right there.
It's like deja vu.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. Once again, we are gathered back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot. We obviously got to take care of some business that we normally take care of every morning. Before I get into that, though, for those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? It's quite simple. The first H, well, because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Yes. Thank you, Mr. YouTube. Thank you, Chris. Wow. Thank you all. It's lovely to see all of you today. The second H is because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first one to apologize. But here's the thing. Just because your feelings are hurt, it doesn't mean that I owe you an apology. Most likely it means you need to sit your special behind down and do what? Listen to the special broadcast. All right, and then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which honestly, in my opinion, is one of the most important H's of them all. It's because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Right? Nutty and Bounce tried to come up here yesterday, and they did that thing, but we didn't let them do it. Now, many of you are very familiar with what I do over here on this side of TikTok. Not just me, but all of you, right? What we do is we hold those folks on the right, the Trump supporters, the people who went out there and voted for Donald Trump, despite all the warning signs. What we do is we hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And what that means is we hold the mirror up to them and show them who their daddy really is, even if it makes them uncomfortable, even if it makes them crash out and cry. We will do this all the way until November of next year, right? Because like Gavin Newsom said, November of next year, right after the midterms, that's exactly when the end of MAGA arrives here in the United States. So before I go any further, what I'd like to do is, because I don't like people getting out here and, wanting to report the live and getting triggered and saying names and stuff like that. I want people to really enjoy what we're doing here. So here's the thing. Are there any Trump supporters out there? Are any people out there that think what I'm saying is wrong or anything like that? Anyone out there that think what I'm saying is wrong, or you think Donald Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread or anything like that? Anyone out there think like that? Because what I'll do is this: I won't even subject you to what's going on here. I just want to give you an opportunity of a lifetime. You have the opportunity right now, as far as I'm concerned, to leave this live right now. You could go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts, W. Rick. Because what I've done, and so far it's amazing, is we're wearing MAGA out, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have the fight in them left. I go and I take the battle to them. I tell them to come over here. The poll numbers just aren't looking good. We're wearing MAGA out, and it's necessary because that's what it'll take to save this amazing and great country of ours that we know has the ability to truly live up to its promises, right? And so what I'll say is this: if there are any Trump supporters out there, right, and you know exactly who you are, you're out there now. Now they don't even acknowledge they voted for Trump. Did you vote for Trump? What does that have to do anything? I'm an independent. This is what they say now. Don't call me. They got this new thing. Don't call me MAGA. You talk to these Trump supporters. They don't want you to call them MAGA anymore because they know the jig is up. They know that the one thing that they shouldn't have done, they did it when they wouldn't voted for Donald Trump. So listen up, MAGA. If you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, lunch, and dinner and everything in between, leave this live right now. And you could go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts. You know exactly who they are. Snuggles. Snuggles got on TikTok yesterday and totally embarrassed themselves. I've never seen somebody who clearly needs Social Security, clearly needs Medicaid, clearly needs all the benefits of a blue state, and gets on TikTok and bashes the Democrats, while at the same time you could just see the pain in their eyes. You Trump supporters, you've done this to yourself. So don't ask us for mercy when it all comes crashing down in the world you're living in. And I know I'm probably going to get into some controversy for it, but honestly, I think the world would be a lot better if a lot of you Trump supporters go straight to hell. And so what I'll do is this: if you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, MAGA, just leave right now and get on out of here. Get on out of here. As a matter of fact, go to Russia, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable in here. I promise you it will. But get this: you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. Let me go on over here to... Hold on. Let me double check before I get going, because sometimes I just need to make sure I caught the latest. Now, we all saw what happened yesterday, right? I want to start out with Donald Trump saying reciprocal tariffs take effect at midnight. That happened last night, so you couldn't even get any good night's sleep. It's midnight. Billions of dollars in tariffs are now flowing in, and he's still up, or he wakes up early. I've instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on new and highly accurate census. Wow. Based on modern day facts. So they want to do a new census. You're supposed to do the census every 10 years. I guess you used that to do the redistricting. But Donald Trump says he wants to do it now. So that's a sign things aren't looking good. If your poll numbers are doing good, MAGA, why do you need to do all these other extra things, right? Now that the nuclear arsenal is being created by Iran has been totally obliterated, it's very important to me that all Middle Eastern countries join the Abraham Accords to ensure peace. Wow. He's thinking he's doing something, okay? Tariffs are flowing into the United States at levels never thought even possible. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's going after the CEO of Intel. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I'm updated. All right. You got to make sure you know all of Donald Trump's latest lies because it's been exposed, and we already knew this. Ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people on the right, they're getting paid. Yeah, they're getting paid to get out here and defend and support Donald Trump. So what I know right now is a lot of you Trump people out there, you don't really buy what Donald Trump is selling. I know for a fact you don't. And so this is why it's very important for Big Zeus to get out here and do what he does. Yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it, he had his little press conference. Hold on, let me get it all structured over here. I got to get set up. Sorry. He had a little press conference yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and, we got to go through it together like we normally do on this show because it's very, very important that we expose Donald Trump and his lies in real time. So, how many of us lived through January 6th? How many of us remember January 6th? Anyone out there remember what happened on January 6th? 2021 to be specific. Anyone remember that? All right. Thank you. W to the audience. Now, quiet as it is kept, ladies and gentlemen, if you talk to the average Trump supporter, they will not acknowledge that on January 6th, what happened was an act of really seditionist, treasonous, corruption, conspiracies, all of these things. And that the instigator, the one organizing it, was Donald Trump himself. You can go back and look at the video footage, right? And we all, I've been doing this for years. Every single time Biden's DOJ found one of these people and held them accountable, what did we do? We read through the court documents, right? The indictments, and then sometimes the sentencing, and we actually took care of business, and we sent these people off the old-fashioned way. You remember this, right? And we would engage in good faith discussions with Donald Trump supporters or MAGA or the MAGA demons. This is honestly why I started using the whole MAGA demon thing, because Trump voters wouldn't be honest with the American people about what really happened on that dark and dangerous day. Now, just to be very quick and brief, because, I can't do the full length of the show today. I got other things to do, like I said earlier. Just to be real quick and brief, we all know that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election, right? We all know this, right? This is how the January 6th went down. We all know he lost the 2020 election, right? And what did Donald Trump do once he realized that he lost? He gaslit his base and he lured them, what a lure is, right? He lured them to the Capitol, despite the fact C-19 was out there, made them risk their life, liberty, and freedom, all on what they called the big lie, right? And you know what happens when you start lying, right? You got to start lying again. You got to keep lying. You got to keep the lies going in order to keep up the stuff. So he gets them to the Capitol. He instructs them to go to the Capitol, and he said he would go there with them. Did Donald Trump go to the Capitol with any of you Trump supporters out there? Because I know they're out here. Did Donald Trump go? No, he did not. I don't got time to wait for you to answer my question. So you guys go in there. You unleashed hell on the Capitol, right? This is what they did. They unleashed hell. And as just all the things that happened, in the aftermath of all of that, you get Trump supporters coming up here with their 2 brain cells, and then, they have 1 tooth hanging out of their mouth. Why? This is the thing. Why didn't Nancy Pelosi call the National Guard? Have any of you heard that conspiracy that Nancy Pelosi was supposed to call the National Guard? Michael, I'm not even talking about Kamala. I was talking about Nancy Pelosi. And we argued until we were blue in the face with MAGA that Nancy Pelosi wasn't responsible for the National Guard. It was your dear leader. Oh, no, Zeus. They want to get the sergeant of arms. They want to talk about this piece of paper and this email. They want to show you some behind the scenes footage of Pelosi with it. And all of this was designed in a weird way for them to say it wasn't Trump's fault. It was Nancy Pelosi's fault because she didn't call the National Guard. Well, why would Nancy Pelosi call the National Guard to a rally called Stop the Steal, which Donald Trump was organizing? See that? And then, they do the whole thing. And so what I'll do is this. Ladies and gentlemen, you just got to let Donald Trump talk and tell on himself. Yesterday, now, I'm bringing you up full speed to where we're at today. He has a press conference yesterday, and, they start talking about crime in Washington, D.C., believe it or not, right? And he said something about crime in Washington, D.C., which I think right now it should forever end the debate as to whether or not Donald Trump has the ability to call the National Guard. So let's get this on the record, and then we'll do some judgment, all right?
Roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
And do you want Congress
Did you hear that?
to look at overturning the D.C.
Did you hear what Donald Trump just said? Did you hear what he just said? He said bringing in the National Guard right there. Did you catch that, Mag? I want you to.
What a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
So you see, Mag, I mean, you just got to let Donald Trump talk, ladies and gentlemen. And he's talking about doing this in Washington, D.C. because he wants to address crime. Now, we already saw him. Let me make sure I get this on the record.
Crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing D.C. to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually. They were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. We just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're gonna do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're gonna beautify the city. We're gonna make it beautiful, and what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
That's what I wanted to make sure. So, MAGA, once again, Big Zeus has caught you with your hands in the proverbial cookie jar. Yeah. Now Donald Trump has made it crystal clear to all of you. You too, Gregory. That you know what he can do? He can bring in the National Guard. So, right, that's a W, Zeus. Easy. I don't need to talk to the Trump supporters. I know you're a bunch of liars at the end of the day. Now, let's go to Donald Trump and this conversation that not just him, a reporter was asking him about, the tariffs and then bringing the jobs back into the United States. Tim Cook is there. And you know how these Trump voters were saying we should make the iPhones here in the United States. I want to make sure that we don't ever have to bring this up again. Tim Cook basically said the iPhones will never be made here in the United States, no matter what you think. All right. And so what this is bad news, right? It's bad news for Trump supporters who thought that they were going to work at Apple. Let's see what we got, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go to where Tim Cook basically ends the hope that MAGA has of working at Apple.
Mr. President, if you do reach a deal with Ukraine and Russia, would you drop the additional tariffs on India?
Well, we'll determine that later, but right now they're paying a 50% tariff.
Watch this.
One for Mr. Cook.
One for Mr.
Yeah,
Cook.
please. Sure.
The president wants a made in the USA iPhone. What are the chances that you can actually make that happen?
Uh-oh.
If you look at
The president wants a made in USA iPhone, Tim Cook. What are the chances that that'll actually happen? Now, listen to how Tim Cook just dances all around the question. The answer obviously is zero. There's a 0% chance, MAGA, that you will get a job working at Apple making $150,000 or more. All right. I just wanted to tell you that while you're getting off of your, your Medicaid and your Social Security stuff right now, because you got to get out here and work.
the bulk of it, we're doing a lot of the semiconductors here. We're doing the glass here. We're doing the Face ID module here. So there's a ton of it. And we're doing these for products sold elsewhere in the world. And so there's a lot of content in there for the United States.
So what he's saying is we're doing things already here in the United States in terms of, things like the designing of the phone and all of that. So, yeah, we're going to leave that as it is. All right. But listen up.
Can you make the whole thing here? Just the final assembly that you're focused on. And that will be elsewhere for a while.
Oh, and so, but the final assembly, that will be elsewhere in the world, MAGA. So unless, MAGA, you get on one of those ICE, mass deportation flights and go into those other countries and get a job by going to maybe China or going somewhere else, you will never, ever, ever get a paycheck from Apple. But you know what you are getting? You're getting an extra tax placed on yourself as a result of your dear leader and his tariffs. All right, W. Zeus, this is so easy. But now Donald Trump is realizing Tim Cook just exposed a lie. Watch how Trump tries to cover this up, MAGA. But at the end of the day, I want you to realize he's lying to you.
He makes many of the components here, and we've been talking about it, and the whole thing is set up at other places, and it's been there for a long time. So in terms of cost and all, but I think we may incentivize him enough that one day he'll be bringing that. But he brings most of the stuff. Look, he's not making this kind of an investment anywhere in the world, not even close. He's coming back. I mean, Apple's coming back to America.
Apple is coming back to America. When did the headquarters of Apple leave the United States, MAGA? When were phones even being manufactured here in America? Where MAGA? See, I'm really at a point now where I look at folks out there who wear the red hat, who go around on the internet and try to say it's the Democrats, it's the Democrats poll numbers. I'm really at a point now where I really have to say, am I really starting to hate these people? Because this has to, either you don't know or you're being willfully problematic, right? And once I realize people are being willfully problematic, then it starts to really work on me. MAGA, so this is two lies that I've already exposed right now, right? We've already debunked that Donald Trump could call the National Guard, and he should have called it on January 6th, but obviously he didn't, right? And now we're finding out that, these tariffs that he was doing, you thought it was going to turn into you being able... It's actually, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually funny. They thought they were going to be able to get off those couches, because a lot of them live with their parents in a basement somewhere, their grandparents in a basement, and go get a job working at Apple for $150,000 a year or more, maybe $200,000. It's actually hilarious. Trump supporters really thought that, and it's sad at the same time. All right, and so that's two lies I've already totally destroyed and nuked in terms of debunking MAGA. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be a show if we didn't bring up one of the biggest issues in the world.
Sure. If
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration. But you go ahead.
There you go. All right, well, W. Zeus, I'll go ahead. Let me ask the audience, should we stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein like Trump is suggesting? Should we all stop just talking about it? Should we just all say, you know what, let bygones be bygones? And I just want to double check because W to the chat. They said no. Then then we're not going to. All right. And, I don't want to interrupt and to say, well, one of the things I got to make sure I'm not doing is overstepping and making sure I'm not acknowledging that the real victims in this story need to make sure their voices are actually heard too. So we're going to always make sure that there's space for that. But we can't let this go because, once again, I'm going to say it. Everyone needs to keep this in mind. Epstein equals what? Russia. We know that the lie that MAGA has told us over the years that, once Trump found out what Epstein was doing, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. How many people believe that? How many people believe that when Donald Trump found out about what Epstein was doing, and keep in mind, Donald Trump knew Epstein for over 15 years. Think about this. But he found out what Epstein was doing in what year? And then he kicked him out. Now, was Epstein ever really, from what I've read, he never really had any Mar-a-Lago membership like that. He wasn't one of those folks. They were friends. And at one point, Donald Trump said he was a terrific guy. All of MAGA likes to say that, yeah. And you got to ask yourself, this is something that really kept me up last night. Did Donald Trump run a beauty pageant, Teen USA? Did Donald Trump run something like that? I'm going to ask the audience because sometimes I get it wrong. Did he run something like that? Did Donald Trump run a Miss Teen USA pageant or anything like that? Wow. W to the chat, all right? So you all said yes. Were him and Epstein friends? Was him and Epstein friends? He owned the pageant, yeah. And now we know, was Epstein doing things that involved those groups, that group that I just talked about in the beauty pageant? Was Epstein doing things with the young girls? So you have two friends. Imagine this, MAGA. You have two friends. One is running. I won't use girls. How about this? You have a person that is a cattle. They herd cattle, right? A person herding cattle, and I'm not doing this, but I'm using this to illustrate it, and I got to do it in a way where TikTok won't, do what they do. So a person that owns cattle and a person running a burger joint. Do they have anything in common? I mean, Gregory, help me if I'm thinking it, if I'm outside of the box with what I'm saying. Would a person running a burger spot and a person that herds cattle, would they have anything in common? All right, W to the chat. You just have to say he's running a beauty pageant that involves the little girl, and then this guy gets caught doing things with little girl. What are we missing, MAGA? All right, and so no, and I hate to say this. This is why I do it. I don't believe Trump supporters know anything about what's in the Bible. I don't think they're good people. Most of them, I should say. Maybe there's a few out there that truly are just blind, but you can't sit around here and act like you don't see that, but you see all of President Obama's crimes. I mean, if you're going to see crime, you got to be able to see crime. If you could see that President Barack Obama, Mr. No Drama Obama, if you can see that Barack Obama is a criminal, it would be impossible for you not to see Donald Trump's crimes. It's impossible. And what MAGA wants to do is they want to try to get out here and make it look like we're the crazy ones. We're not crazy. No. We see real clear. And the one thing I'm seeing right now is everybody, including the MAGA women that defends Donald Trump for what he's done to these young girls. You are part of the cover up. So I will always say this, MAGA, it's not just the government that's the deep state. All of you who are actively participating in this cover up with him by going online, hosting lives and defending Donald Trump and all the people around him, you too are part of the cover up. You too are the deep state. And I know it. Snuggy's part of the deep state. The Russian bears, they're part of the deep state. And you can just go down the list of all these people on TikTok lying. You go on X, you see them. All of them are part of the cover-up. I would even go as far to say Pam Bondi. Yeah, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, all of these, Dan Bongino. I mean, listen, I don't know what else to say because guess what? And I thought about this. Okay, so you want to subpoena all of Trump's foes and bring them into Congress and make them say what they know. Could you imagine you bring in James Comey and you saw how James Comey looked when he met Donald Trump? You got to know what James Comey looked at Donald Trump and was like, this guy's bad news. How can I really break it to him that he's in the Epstein files? We've been looking at him. We've been monitoring, right? Imagine them testifying in Congress what they truly, truly know, MAGA. What they truly, truly know. 15 years of friendship, all covered in video footage and statements and bank accounts. And, you know, Donald Trump is going to be tied to it. And this is why I say Russia is Epstein, because we know that when him and Epstein had that falling out over that property in Florida, Donald Trump outbidded Epstein and then turned around and sold the money to a Russian billionaire. Yeah, you didn't know that. And then you find out Jeffrey Epstein, he was moving money through Russian banks that have now been sanctioned. And you got to go, wow, what are the odds that him and Epstein, both of them who had ties to doing things in Russia, all right, they didn't know anything about Russia. What are the ties they never knew anything about anything? Come on now, MAGA W, Zeus. I'm already. Now, let's get to the real reporting because it's, to me, a press conference really with Donald Trump at this point, it's totally useless unless you're questioning him about his ties to Epstein, because all this other stuff, as far as I'm concerned, it is what it is until next election, next midterm. It is what it is. We're going to call out the lies as they continue to happen. But the biggest thing, Donald Trump, and the biggest thing in this country right now that's really holding America back right now is Donald Trump's ties to this character, Epstein. And so what we'll do is we'll listen to what the reporter brought up, a good question about, what did they say? Your personal attorney met with Ghislaine Maxwell. Have they briefed you on anything? And just listen to Donald Trump lie.
No, I haven't.
Mr. President, have you been briefed on what Ghislaine Maxwell told Todd Blanche?
No, I haven't.
You don't know whether it came up in the
I know Todd is a
conversation or
very
not?
respected person all over the country, all over the world legally, so I don't know.
Mr. President.
Yeah,
How many people believe that Donald Trump's personal attorney went and sat with Ghislaine Maxwell? Oh, Ragnar, you think that I'm an L? Okay, great. You must. Do you still defend Donald Trump right now, Ragnar? That's crazy to me. How many people think Rambo Donald Trump? Because you got to imagine him with his shirt off. You know, he you know, because they got photos of Donald Trump with his shirt off. You should see some of these losers on X and then on TikTok. They actually got photos of Donald Trump with his shirt off. He got a diaper on and a six pack. not the side of six pack you party with, but the abs. Okay. How many of y'all believe he sent his own personal attorney to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell? She gets moved to a comfortable prison in Texas. How many of y'all think that he didn't run that past Donald Trump? Not me. I don't either. I don't either. So once again, we caught Donald Trump in another lie. And this is good reporting because all of this is going to come crashing down in short order. Now, the next question, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to that. Where is it at? Oh, this was my favorite question. Actually, the reporter asked him. It's tied to invoking, I would say this is an indirect question about whether or not he knew J.D. Vance and then them were all meeting to discuss whether or not to invoke the 25th Amendment, right? Because the 25th Amendment means pretty much, Donald Trump, you're too crazy to be the president. We got to get you out of here and install J.D. Vance. And we already see that that's what this is about. So the reporter asked, did you know about it? And just listen to Donald Trump really panicking and lying at the same time, MAGA. I want you to understand, the end is truly near.
Will the new Fed governor be temporary?
we're probably going to go with a temp and then a permanent, I think.
Are the two?
So the temp is going to be named, I'd say, over the next 2-3 days, and then we're going to go permanent.
Are the two Kevins the leading contenders for the permanent spot for the chair?
Well, the two Kevins are absolutely, yeah, they're both very good.
Mr. President.
The two Kevins is very good.
Mr. President, is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
No.
Is he working on what?
Is he hosting some also had a gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation.
Is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering, with top advisors to talk about how to deal with the Epstein files? You hear Trump going, huh? What did you say? Because Trump is losing his hearing. I call it the Epstein curse, right? He can't hear as well as he used to, or he's pretending he can't, right? He has the cursed hand. He has the swollen ankles. And it's the Epstein curse, right? And so listen to Donald Trump, because basically when the question is asked like that, it's you got to understand how it looks to Trump. Did you know J.D. Vance and them were meeting to discuss the 25th Amendment?
Oh, I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw it reported today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation.
That's JD.
And I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country, and that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit.
Oh.
Okay? Yeah, please.
So he's triggered. It's not BS, Donald Trump. What we all know happened with those victims. That's not BS. It's not BS, Donald Trump, that you dwell and you peddle in conspiracy theories, right? This is a conspiracy that Donald Trump and his base created, all right? And now that it has actually started to get legs underneath it, it's actually at a point where they can no longer control the narrative. The only way out is to do what? Release the files. Right? That's the only way out of this, is to release the files, and don't even try to explain what you're releasing. Release it and we'll figure it out. And if you are somehow tied to things in there beyond simply being acquaintances, then you got to do the right thing and get your behind up out of here, W. Zeus. And so, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I've debunked several conspiracies this morning in record time, and it is now time for judgment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no choice but to go ahead and warm up this lake of fire. Oh, yeah. The lake of fire needs to be warmed up so that we can actually condemn Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons straight to hell. Yeah, unfortunately, all your lies and all your conspiracies are actually going to be the downfall. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's send these MAGA demons where they came from, straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus! All right, now let's get into it. All right, let's see if there's anybody out there brave enough to still come up here and try to defend the indefensible, their dear leader, Donald J. Trump. Where are the Trump supporters at this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Are they still hiding? Are they down bad? Are there any Trump supporters out there, ladies and gentlemen, that are brave enough to try to come up here and defend their dear leader, Donald J. Trump, even after seeing and hearing all this information that I've just given to you? I know, and here's the thing. Somebody wrote, "Where's DJ?" Let's see. Where is DJ? I don't know where DJ. Where's Gregory? All right. Where are these people at? Let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. W. All right. W. Rick. Good morning. The author. Good morning.
How you doing, Zeus? Can you hear me?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm great, my brother.
All right.
I'm not no supporter, man, but I watch you every time I'm on TikTok and I see you.
Turn right.
I'm not a supporter of Trump at all.
Okay.
But I just want to say a couple things. Where are the men that's, Trump supporters?
Uh-oh.
Turn right on Freedom Mill Road.
Wait a second. Now, could you come back when you're not driving, champ? That way we get the full. I want to make sure we protect the live. All right. Some people say they can. Some people say they can't. But I get you. Come on up when there's no driving. I want to hear what you had to say. All right. I appreciate that. Yeah. Where are the men? Where are the women? Where are the MAGA men? Where are the MAGA women at? And I'll tell you. What they're doing right now, it's pretty sad, to be honest with you, because you got to understand, some of them they're suffering. Actually, a lot of them. I know a lot of them are suffering. You hear about these tariffs, right? You know what that's doing to the average household? I mean, your utility bills are going up. You talk to these folks. I was arguing with a Trump supporter yesterday. The price of ground beef is definitely going up, Zeus. And he knows exactly what I'm saying. They sound defeated when you talk to them. They sound defeated when you talk to them. All right. So let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. I'll bring you right on up here. We'll get to the bottom of it. All right. Let's see. All righty then. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you doing, sis?
Hey, Zeus, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you? Long time no. Well, I've seen you here, but I haven't checked in with you.
Yeah, I hadn't checked in a while, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to check in this morning because they're starting to really diminish, as you notice. I don't see as many MAGA talking too much in these TikTok streets lately. They seem to be either lost for words, afraid, scared, running, windmilling in the air,
You think so?
doing all that. I think so.
Mm.
I think so because, they're disappointed, but they have that cognitive dissonance that they cannot get past, that they made the worst choice that they could for their country.
Mm.
And now they're paying the ultimate price because now they're starting to find out how he really feels about them as well.
Yeah. I mean, he did tell them he doesn't need their vote, right?
He did.
He did tell them
He
that they're
did.
weak. He told them that, right? He calls them
did.
panicins. Yeah. I mean, you see, I've been doing this for a minute, right? And they had so much energy when they won the election. Remember all that energy? This is a mandate.
I do.
Have you seen anything out there? Have you seen them running around saying this is a mandate? This is what we voted for lately?
Nope, I haven't. And I definitely listen to a lot of lies.
Yeah.
Listen to a lot of lies. And I come across the same comments.
Yeah.
And when they can't get you one way, then they start the racism. They start the racism. It's a never ending story. And so, did you hear about the story yesterday about the boom boom threat in Illinois for the Democrats that fled Texas?
They did something like that out there. I didn't hear about this. So they once
yeah.
again they're resorting to violence. Why am I not surprised?
Exactly. They're violent people. Violent people. And all I can picture was some crazy Texan person driving across state in a diaper, run into Illinois.
Wow.
To try to do a boom boom threat because of what Hot Wheels and Paxton is here doing.
Yeah.
You got Tim Paxton here now trying to put criminal charges against Beto. They're just doing everything, trying to file court papers with file court documents about kicking the Democratic officials off of the seat. I mean, they just doing any and everything they can to be unlawful.
Ain't this something?
And it's right in our face.
What about all the town halls and things like that? Is that going good for MAGA right now? Because you would think
it's not.
Wait a minute.
Flood.
They passed a big beautiful bill, and apparently that includes tax cuts, jobs, and all kinds of help. They're not bragging about that.
Nope. Nope. They're not. And they're did you see the interview? Did you see the town hall with Flood, the guy in Nebraska?
Yeah, but you could go ahead and speak on it if you don't mind, because these people they live under a rock. It's getting hard. And please go light on them, Morningstar, because these people can't take it anymore. They're struggling.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't care what they can take. They gotta listen. They're gonna have to take this whooping. They're gonna have to take this butt whooping.
Yeah. Morningstar. Gregory, it's true.
It's true. When he was talking, it was about 750 of his constituents. And they asked him the tough questions, and they were pissed. That was some pissed off white tea people. And they were in there asking him the tough questions. And guess what?
What's
he
that?
had no answers. He had no answers, Zeus.
Wow. Well,
He had no answers.
what do you think is a good answer right now, right? You got folks out here who are angry, and I mean angry. One, because they thought Donald Trump would do better than President Biden. And if you look at the numbers, he's not doing better than President Biden. Not when it comes to the mass deportations, not when it comes to the economy. And then you layer that cake with the fact that we're still sending money to fund these conflicts, right?
Right.
I thought it was America first, right?
The best thing they can do at this point is concede. They just need to concede. I mean,
thank you.
He's doing everything and then some. He's doing everything he talked about doing, but he's doing more. He's doing more. I mean, this tariff war he has going on. No new wars. He's starting stuff with people. I heard about the submarines. That, you know, he got beef with the ex-president of Russia. You know, he's constantly on here. He's such a bad example. I heard the language he used. He's such a nasty man.
Yeah.
He's such a nasty man. He says the foulest things out of his mouth. What president did you know talk like that on a microphone in front of where children can see?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I saw Scott Jennings on CNN. He wouldn't even say the word BS. He said, "Oh, I have my 11-year-old son watching," and I'm thinking to myself, Scott, seriously?
This is a dirty old man right here.
Thank you.
You guys don't, MAGA, you know, save your children. I know y'all don't care too much about kids, but, you know, save your children. At least care about your own offsprings. Don't let them watch this dirty old man. This is a dirty old man right here.
Thank you.
He likes young children. He doesn't care what comes out of his potty mouth.
Nope.
He's disgusting. Y'all need to save your kids from this beast.
Okay, but Morningstar, I didn't say I liked his personality. I just like his policies. Why can't you see that? You know, and imagine I'm saying that with my 2 brain cells and the 1 tooth hanging out.
And your smooth brain, because they have the smooth brain. You know, their brain is smooth. Everything slips and slides right past them. You know, but yeah. I mean, what policies?
Yeah.
He has got one piece of legislation passed, and that's the big back bullshit. Oh, excuse me.
You caught that. See, you're trying to get me in trouble with my mom.
Catch it. I'm sorry, Mom.
Thank you. Sorry. It's okay. She understands.
Big back bad bill. That's it. And that's all. And I guarantee you that's the only legislation he'll get passed.
Yeah. You think so?
Is not. Yeah.
Well,
he's still. First of all, he has a team of Decepticons.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a criminal-based empire running our government right now. They're not going to. They cannot put all they're focused on is revenge. They're coming after Obama, and they're going to lose horribly with that.
Yeah.
And then because Obama has immunity, I don't know why they even messing with Obama. He got
bingo.
Immunity, you know?
Yeah.
So. I mean, where are they actually winning at? I've seen some MAGAs with the smooth brains talking about we're winning. What are you winning?
It's a good question. What categories could they possibly be winning? Okay, I get it. Do you think they're winning at owning you and me and owning the libs? Have they won that?
You know, they haven't even won that because they haven't even been able to prove points and prove their, you know, all they can say is we won. We won the election. Why are you upset? Why are you hurt? Why are you libs hurt?
We
won.
Yeah.
This is not a sporting event.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, listen, Morningstar, I got to say, thank you for popping up here this morning early, all right?
Well, thank you for letting me up. I'll definitely be listening to the rest of the show. It's always a great show, Zeus. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Miss Morningstar. No lies detected. They love you.
Y'all have a good day.
All righty, then. They love you. Oh, my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. See, look, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's not that difficult to get out here and tell the truth. Now, I saw this knucklehead Jeffrey in my chat while we were talking, Jeffrey. If you don't mind, Jeffrey, why don't you bring the 2 brain cells and the 1 tooth up here and let us hear all of what you got to say to us, all right? I want to know if you could give us some real solid information about what it takes to really make America great. All right. I won't use the word again because we know it was never like at that level. But Jeffrey, bring it. All right. Or Jeffrey or anybody that subscribes to what Jeffrey and Gregory are saying. Bring the two brain cells and the one tooth up here so we can all listen to what you have to say. All right, and then we can go on about our day. All right, and we know we already know it's lies, right? We already know what you're going to say is a bunch of lies. It's going to be stuff you repeated from Donald Trump, and then we're going to kind of debunk it and help you understand you were wrong. But if you don't want to believe it, then you know what, judgment. All right, but let's not waste time. All right, and again, I see some folk getting triggered by the way that I'm running my show. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top.
If you're not happy here,
Yeah.
then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. There you go. Look at that. And the audience is doing an outstanding job because yes, it is. When they say you support a P3DO MAGA, I want you to understand. There's really nothing you could say to anyone like me to change my mind. There's really nothing you can say about it because we're really at a point now where it's clear as day that Donald Trump is doing something. He's going above and beyond to defend to not release those files. And you have to say the only person that doesn't want to release information about a predator is somebody that is afraid to be exposed as a predator. And so MAGA, I want you to wear your badge with honor. All right. It's a disgusting badge. All right. Along with all the other badges you got, but you do support P3DOs and we all see it. And there's nothing you can say to change your mind. The only thing that perhaps I would give pause to is if you just flat out denounced supporting Donald Trump. But I'm not buying this whole hate the man, love the policy business y'all like to try to create. Because no, that's not how real life works. Imagine you go into court, right? You get a speeding ticket or something. Oh, judge, let me off. All right, just hate the fact that I was speeding, but I'm a great person. Does that work? No, W. Zeus. It's a cover-up, right? Oh, good morning, Takesha. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's another day in the kingdom. It's a light day in the office, as you can tell.
Okay, well, listen, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Owning the MAGA bragging about owning the libs. It's like us owning a car. Well, it's like them owning a car. Too much pressure will cause problems and break you down.
Yeah.
So owning us ain't benefiting y'all, baby. Because once we bring that pressure, we break you down and cause problems.
Hey! You think we're bringing the pressure?
Let me tell you something, Zeus, they over there like Casper the Friendly, like they done seen Casper the Friendly Ghost. They over there shaking in their boots. Because at the end of the day, some of these strongholds, they being torn down, Zeus. And they finally seeing Donald Trump for who Donald Trump is, Zeus. All of a sudden, my lawyer go talk to this woman who thought it was okay to do nasty things to kids. She gets moved. Then a report come out where she said she ain't never seen the president do nothing wrong after she been accommodated for her testimony. Come on, Zeus. A baby in the NICU can see that this was her reward for saying something that was not true to make the president look good.
Wow. I have no words. But
you don't have to have any, Zeus, because she ain't had none either. All she had was lies and things to take up for this man to get some better accommodations, and she will soon be out. You know who probably got a copy of them files, Zeus?
Who?
Elon Musk. I want Donald Trump to keep picking with him so he can come on out and give us the full fact. If you think he didn't get a copy of that when he had access to the government, Zeus, then you ain't thinking. That's how he knew he was in them.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop talking about these files because we care about children.
Yeah.
Like I told Ange yesterday, I got a grandbaby. She's 6. And one of the things that scares me the most is if somebody kidnap her or touch her inappropriately.
You're right.
So the fact that mothers, women, men with daughters can sit up and support this man, knowing they know it's Zeus.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt in their mind. They know what he
They
did.
know it. They know
They
it.
already know Zeus, and they still sit up and support him, and know that they got daughters and how they would feel if it happened to them. It's sickening.
Yeah. You know, when I was growing up, my mom used to say this. She said, I don't mind. There's only one reason I don't mind. Two reasons she doesn't mind going to prison. One is if we ever step to her. All right. She said, I'll take you out. And then the other one, she said, and if somebody touches one of my kids.
Absolutely.
Those are the two reasons you shouldn't mind going down.
Don't get that jumpsuit ready and get my number already etched on, Zeus.
Now, I haven't heard that
one. Get the jumpsuit ready. Go stitch my letters on there, Zeus. And my numbers.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go on, Zeus, because that is one of the worst things you could do to a child.
Yeah.
And for them to still be taken up for this man, and they know he did it, Zeus.
Yep.
Zeus, you know when somebody guilty.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to talk about the situation no more. They want to make excuses. They want to go to some other subject that they think gonna, tickle your fancy. Well, let me bring up Obama. And, they don't like Obama. So if I bring that up, they gonna stop talking about Epstein. Boom, I bring up Obama, they still talking about Epstein.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing getting our minds off of what you did to those kids, Donald Trump. And secondly, this. They've always said that Tulsi Gabbard was a Russian asset. For her to release that paperwork after the CIA told her there was sensitive information in it. And her and Donald Trump went on ahead and released it. We know they Russia operatives.
Bingo.
We know
it. Yeah. And he's planning on meeting with Putin next week, they say, right? So this is yeah. Anything.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus.
Yeah.
What Putin gonna give him a thank you dinner for the information he saw when that stuff came out? What it's a thank you dinner, Zeus?
Yep.
Okay.
You can't make this up. And you're right, Takesha. They know all of this screams guilty and Russia at the same time. There's no way around it, MAGA. You can try to bring up President Biden and Bill Clinton.
About Biden. We don't want to hear about Clinton. We don't want to hear about Obama. We don't want to hear about nobody.
Kamala?
That ain't in Kamala. We don't want to hear about nobody that ain't in office. We talking about what we got, what y'all worship, what y'all beg for, what y'all got on y'all knees and prayed for, what y'all worship, what y'all said could be the only person could save this country. We want to talk about y'all's savior.
Case closed.
And every failure he got.
Amen. W, Takesha. All right. Well, one last thing, Takesha. I've been catching a lot of flack. Could you ever bring yourself to be grateful for anything Donald Trump has done? I mean, for goodness sake, can't you give a guy a break?
No. No. The only thing I would be grateful for is if he get out of office. And I don't want Maybelline Queen in there, who been missing ever since that debacle they tried to pull on Zelensky. In that white, we ain't seen Maybelline Queen in weeks because he been around here on vacation, going to Disneyland, Six Flags over Georgia, and all that on the country's down.
Yeah, to California.
And I want Trump to go away.
Thank you. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's thank you. Huge round of applause. W, Takesha.
Have a great day.
All right, no lies detected. I'm agreeing with Takesha, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the defeat all over MAGA right now. They don't know what to do with what they've gotten. They chase the government, they chase the power, they got it, and they don't know how to govern. And what they're realizing is no matter how much Donald Trump lies, Americans aren't buying it. All right, you go to the grocery store, things cost more, period. I don't care about why they cost more at this point, ladies and gentlemen, because we all heard what Donald Trump was saying when he was running to be the president. He said he was going to bring the cost of all of these things down. Case closed. W Zeus. All righty then. Good morning, Brianna. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing? How are things?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Obviously, still tending to the affairs as usual. All right. Now, last time we talked and we checked in, you were giving us you were actually sharing with us a real life story about, or because you're directly impacted about what Donald Trump is doing in terms of the immigration and stuff like that. I'm being very general. All right. But you have update. I don't know if that's what you wanted to talk about or.
Yeah, I actually have an update. So he finally arrived in Venezuela yesterday. He's in really rough conditions. He can't even pick up a pen, how weak he is. So he's currently being hospitalized. The country that he once fled, he's feeling safe now, which is super sad. But
Wow. That is wow. He can barely pick up a pen.
yeah, he couldn't write down an address yesterday. He couldn't. His aunt had to go into the hospital and write everything down for him.
Wow. I mean, that to me, in this, it's a sad thing. And how are you personally holding up and processing all of this? Because a lot of people don't know. Maybe they don't know the backstory. But your husband was detained wrongfully. I'm gonna say it was wrongfully detained. He was trying to do the right thing, and they detained him, and then they subjected him to the treatment that's going on in these camps. These they call them concentration camps. I'm gonna be honest.
They are. They truly are.
Wow.
It's terrible. About a week and a half ago, they put him on a plane just to sit there for hours chained up to take him back to the same facility. He went to a whole different part of the facility where alarms would go off for hours at a time. He's been through a lot. He truly has. I'm happy he's at a safer place than America. It's sad to say, but
wow. I mean, it speaks to how I feel, and I don't like to make it about me, but this is why I'm very upset, because you would think we've moved past being this way towards people in this country, right? I'm pretty sure like his perspective of America has now changed.
well, yeah, he doesn't want to come back at all. So I might have to go move to Venezuela with him, which I'm okay to make that sacrifice because he obviously needs my help right now.
Yeah. Wow. So what are the next steps, I guess? So you're saying he doesn't even want to, because I thought for a second you said that he could self-deport and
Yeah.
then apply to come back, right?
Yeah, so he did do the self-deportation, but last time I talked to him, he's traumatized from here. He doesn't want to be here anymore. Of course, probably once this president leaves, we'll probably go through the same.
But doesn't that make it a situation where you're kind of like, now you think to yourself, if I were immigrating or coming in, I'd say, well, now I know that even if I get in, the next president could probably do something similar, right? I mean, isn't there that concern as well?
Of course, it's
Yeah.
yeah, my goal is just to leave as soon as I can to be with him. But
Wow. Donald Trump ripping apart families.
ugh,
I mean, but this is truly what we're dealing with in this country. And how are you holding up on your end? All right. I mean, because
I
that's
haven't slept all night. I haven't been able to talk to him. His aunt was able to see him for a couple minutes, give him food. He ate really quick.
he has to go. I mean, it's how do you end up in a situation where you get detained, you're perfectly healthy, they do whatever they do to you, and send you to the country, and then you get out of it. Once they send you, you're in worse condition than you've ever been in your life.
It's it's crazy. I know I giggle when I'm nervous, but it's
Yeah, we all do. I mean, we have our ways of coping, but I could only imagine, like, because you're you're in your early 20s, right?
of course, yeah.
Yeah, imagine in a country like the United States, this is what our government is doing to women in their early 20s, literally traumatizing them.
Yeah, like these past couple weeks, because I didn't know, ICE wouldn't release any information to me or our lawyer when he would, be able to leave. So every morning I would have to wake up, check if he's there, call every facility because he wasn't showing up in the system. It's traumatizing. Like,
Yeah. Do you honestly? I've been wondering. Do you have people in your friend circle, so to speak, that are Trump voters, or you know people that voted for Donald Trump?
I do, yeah.
Are they aware of this?
They are. I have a lot of family members that do, but they're really quiet now. They don't want to
Mm.
reach out. They don't want to even
They,
talk
they
about it.
they don't even reach out and ask you, do you need anything to eat or?
No, they're not really concerned as far as no.
Wow.
But yeah, I have
That's
a lot
crazy
of
to
uncles
me.
that are Trump supporters, but they were from Mexico and they came here illegally and now they have citizenship, which is crazy.
But they're quiet right now.
Really quiet. I haven't gotten even one message, but
And they know this. I mean,
they know, yeah.
because you post a lot of. I mean, if people who follow you, you should be able to keep up with it. I saw a Trump supporter out there asking you, "How do we know that this is true?" They could go look at your profile and check out the videos that you've been
Yeah,
posting.
I can even show you guys pictures of him showing
Yeah.
up to Venezuela. He's in bad condition.
Yeah, at 20 something years old, early 20, you should be living, especially in this country, you should be out here living your life, planning for your future, enjoying things, and it's just real sad that this is going to be something that you have to grapple with at such an early age. It'll make you grow up fast, but I still see people out here not understanding or acting like they don't understand that this is some dangerous stuff going on, and it shouldn't be happening. What would you say to those people in your family if you could?
I don't think I can say it here on live, but
Wow.
there's a lot of anger. I'm just going through a lot of emotions every single day, and I need to
Yeah.
see therapy soon. But I've even had family members tell me to my face, like, "Well, he shouldn't came in illegally. He came in legally." So it's just like,
So it's the arrogance, right?
yeah.
It's the audacity
It's the audacity, of course. Yeah.
for them to say things like that, knowing that at any moment the same thing that happened to your husband, honestly, it could happen to them. There's been various stories, and I've actually had a Trump supporter. He was a Latin guy. I think his name was MAGA Dog. I call him ex MAGA Dog. He got up here and he said, "I now have to ride around with my passport." Right? But he voted for Trump.
Yeah, I ride around with my passport now. You never know.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Currently waiting for my phone call. He should be released sometime today if he's getting better. And yeah, I'll start packing.
Well-
Figure out all my paperwork.
Wow. I mean, I'm just going to, encourage you to figure out a way, if possible, to honestly take care of yourself through all of this, because you got to be strong, and he's going to need that. And hopefully there's a silver lining in this, honestly, where this can actually be an example for others to, use it as a way to do better in life. Because to me, this is why having these kind of conversations is important. When I talk to Trump voters, you probably talk to them, they ignore the human side of what Donald Trump is doing, right? It's literally causing harm to Americans in ways people didn't think it could happen. And all they can say to themselves is, what? Oh, they feel safer now because Donald Trump is going around terrorizing innocent people?
Yeah. Or they're like, I need resources. I need to see. Well, go to my
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
And if they and the sad thing is, they'll go to your page and they'll still look at it and go, "Oh, let me trick myself into making it seem like she's not really dealing with something like this," because this is how sick these folks are. These are some sick people. They're, a lot of them, especially the MAGA men, a bunch of losers. They're insecure and they're hateful. And instead of actually looking in the mirror and recognizing that all their failures in life are the result of them not being proactive about what it takes to be great and being lazy. I'm calling them lazy. They want to sit around here and pick on people, and it's disgusting.
It really is.
It really is. Well, listen, Brianna. All right, we're gonna continue to hold out and hope and pray for you. All right, and if you don't mind, please keep us updated. And
Of course, yeah.
all right,
God bless everybody, and thank you. Thank you for letting
All
me.
right, you're always welcome to come back here. All right, and we do love you over here, and you don't always have to come in here and spill the beans about what you're doing. If there's other things you want to talk about, you're welcome to do that. All right, because it's really like a community at this point. All right, and these stories and many more like yours, they need to continue to be shared out because honestly, it's needed in order to save this country. It's difficult, but I really do believe it's needed. And I hope your family eventually they come to grips with reality.
We'll see.
Because here's what'll happen, and I don't want it to happen, but any one of them could be rounded up and subjected to what you've just described, and you know who they're going to call first? They're going to call you.
Oh no, I'm not even gonna pick up.
Oh
the
no, they're going to call you, and they're going to go, girl, or what did you go through? Because we need help. How did you navigate this? And this is when all of a sudden they're going to start doing what they do. Because these people, they're not that bright. They got literally, just imagine them, 2 brain cells and 1 tooth hanging from their mouth, thinking they're Albert Einstein.
Exactly.
But this is how they operate. All right. And so I'm going to keep encouraging you, Brianna. All right. Don't give up. Okay, because we're not going to surrender our country to these toothless people. All right, these 2 brain cells, 1 tooth individuals. All right.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, keep up the great work, ladies and gentlemen. Brianna. It just irks me, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is what Donald Trump and his supporters are doing to the next generation of leaders. Because I didn't have that burden when I was growing up. I mean, and I'm a black man in America, but that right there, unbelievable, unprecedented. And you still got folks out here, and shame on MAGA, shame on MAGA. And this is why I'm proud. I'm really proud to say it. I hope every single Trump supporters, I hope your bills go up so high you end up homeless. W Zeus. I hope every Trump supporter loses Medicaid. And I shouldn't say that, right? Because that's going to get me into a lot of trouble. Okay, Mom, I'm so sorry. But that's honestly, if I could speak from the spirit and the soul, that's how I feel. You need to, you know what? They should do it like this. Okay, so you don't want to be a socialist? You don't want to be a Democrat? All right. Let's go and look at all the programs Democrats helped create it, all right? And we're going to just go ahead and remove you from those programs, all right? I wish we could do that. Because I'm not even that crazy to say all Republicans are bad. I'm not that crazy because I understand, good could come out of any group. But right now, what's going on? Okay, you don't want any of these programs. Get on off of them and fend for yourself. Seriously. And I don't want to see you crying, all right? Because we don't need to see those tears. I don't want to see any crocodile tears, all right? It's very important, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a great show. This is actually a great show. I like it. Good morning, Nutty. I don't got to argue with people. And that's actually a good thing. Good morning, Nutty. W. Rick. It's a good show. It's a good show when Big Zeus doesn't have to argue with people. All right, going once, going twice.
Good morning,
Nutty. Oh, okay, good. Goodness gracious. Welcome to the show, brother. How are you doing? Uh-oh. There's a delay. Huh?
Come back.
Can you all hear Nutty? I can't hear you, brother. Guess is already gone offline. Nutty. Well, I guess that's okay. Okay, he's back. He's back, ladies. Okay, Tara. Keep me honest, Tara, because sometimes I can't hear things. It's my side. But Nutty, we can't hear you. It's patching you through, bro. You must be I don't know where Nutty is at. Well, Nutty, you got to come on back, brother. Come on back. All right. We're going to bring up my good friend, the beautiful Shay. Welcome, Shay. I haven't talked to you in a while.
How are you, Zeus?
See how she can't. I'm okay. Nutty, you see how quick Shay was able to just patch in, bro? I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but it might be.
What's up with you? You on that Trump Wi-Fi, Nutty? What happened to your house?
Well, I started to think him and Bounce came up in here yesterday, and I love these two very dearly, but they came up here and they put a voodoo or something on themselves, and now they're in trouble. All right.
That was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, Nutty. So
Nutty.
get
That
some,
was
do
a
some
lot.
praying, Nutty. You got to pray, Nutty, to get that curse lifted off of your connection, because you shouldn't come in here and commit treason like that. All right, but what do you got for us, Shay?
No, that was awfully brave of Miss Bounce. I tell you, that
Yeah.
was awfully brave.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Karma.
I tell you, did you happen to watch the South Park episode?
I didn't. I am
I
actually
only watched parts of it.
I gotta go watch it because I hear that it's making MAGA very, very upset.
They literally have Kristi Noem rating rating heaven.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they're up in heaven rating and yelling, only the brown ones flush or go down or all that. I mean, I'm
Wow.
like, it's just so. Oh my
Wow. Well, I'm gonna check it out because it's necessary, right? I mean, this is what it takes to help make those poll numbers come back to earth. All right. We got to stay. We have to continue to get the truth out in whatever ways we can. One thing I heard about it though, Shay, was a lot of Trump supporters who were fans of South Park are very upset.
I know they are. It's really, I know this is hard for them.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Trump, this Epstein thing is not going away. And it's not just because we are bringing it up on this side. So, I hear our friends on the right, like all they want to do is talk about the Epstein files and they're just, doing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gaslighting us. Don't let them do it. Well, 67% believe his administration is hiding something in the Epstein files, and 81% believe Trump is responsible for hiding the Epstein files in the latest polls.
81. Those are very high numbers.
So it's not looking good. That's why he screamed again yesterday. It's a hoax. It's a hoax.
And called it BS. He actually dropped the BS word too.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And here's this. So So it says Epstein files should be released. 82% of MAGA Republicans say yes. 86% of independents say yes. And Democrats, of course, 90%. But
wow.
82% of his MAGA base wants it released. And 86% of independents. This is huge. Hey,
Yeah.
Good morning, Texas brother. How are you?
How's it going, Texas sister? The thing that we need to keep in mind, this has even become a problem within the administration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody anybody heard about the dinner?
The JD Vance thing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were possibly discussing Article 25. That's what I heard, but
Well,
wink,
that's wink, wink. I mean, that's that's the only thing that can really be discussed in that kind of situation. What kind of meeting would you have? And for the Republicans down there, they're going to go, this is fake news. I don't know why you cancel a dinner that shouldn't have been created. Okay, because that's their excuse. Oh, that dinner's canceled, but it never was going to take place. Why do you cancel something that was never going to take place?
Oh, good one, Val. Good one, Val.
Yeah, okay. But, the people involved in that, that's the top officials in the administration.
Yeah.
Why would you have a meeting at the vice president's house? Instead, if you're having a meeting over how to handle the e-files, why would you have it at the vice president's house?
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Okay, it would take place in the Oval Office or somewhere around the Oval Office or in one of the main offices, right, of theirs. It wouldn't be at the vice president's house. So, yeah, that's the only conclusion that you can come up with is, yeah, they're looking at Article 20, they're looking at Article 25. And I think a lot of it has to do with they know what's in these files.
Yep.
Yep,
They know they can't avoid it.
You both really believe. Let's just go down here because this is how I'm thinking. How many FBI agents saw what was in those files?
Well, quite a few. I mean, something else people need to know. I didn't know this till yesterday. There is 3 gigs of information in these files.
I think it's 300, Val. It's 300.
I give something. It could be something like that, but
That's 300.
Yeah, that is a massive amount of information. Massive.
Yeah, because but wasn't there a moment when Pam Bondi assigned a bunch of FBI folks to go through the files and look for Trump's name?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I heard it was up in the thousands. So you got to imagine it's
thousands of times. And we also found out there was pictures,
Mm-hmm.
videos. Okay. It's not just, you know what I'm saying? It's not just a name in the file.
Yeah.
This was a around the clock, 24 hours a day operation to try to redact everything about Trump in these files.
So
don't tell me he doesn't exist in the files.
Exactly.
So let's walk the dog, so to speak, on this. So all these cops saw the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think all those cops are trying to cover for Trump too, or do you think some of them probably
I
are
think
like
the cops that have tried to go forward with this, the law enforcement agencies that have tried to move forward with this, the people involved with moving forward have been removed.
Yes, but the problem is the cat's out of the bag. There's too many people that have seen this. They can't put the cat back in the bag. No matter how much it claws and scrapes and meows and screams, it's not going back in the bag. And that's the thing that they're looking at. That's what they're facing. They realize this can't go back.
So then,
So what do they do?
so Pam Bondi, because you're onto something now. They go and they tell Donald Trump this news. Huh. I mean, I'm trying to process this because this happened and they got to try to cover this up. But like you said, they can't let it out. I'm pretty sure they didn't go over well.
Yeah.
No.
They might start doing what the Dems did to Biden, sadly, and that's start to, put out. Because if you notice, the media is starting to report on his dementia and starting to report on his health stuff. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah.
They normally weren't doing that, but it's starting more and more. The media is starting to call it out. Finally. So again, it's that very slow, like, how do we start setting up the narrative that he's got to get out of office?
Right. I think that's exactly what that dinner was going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
What are the next steps? You know what I'm saying? What do we need to do to move forward to, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, this is a strange position because this is not going away.
No.
As much as every MAGA wants this to go away, down in the bottom of this screen talking in comments right now.
They want us to stop.
Yeah, this is not going away. A matter of fact, every day that these files do not get released, so a little bit more gets leaked. And as we find out a little bit more, and has the reactions from this administration, because this administration can't hide a damn thing. They couldn't hide a dinner at the vice president's. That should have been the easiest thing.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we got a couple people coming over. Yeah, we have a couple people coming over to know it got
Somebody's
leaked.
talking.
Right,
Yeah.
it got leaked. And they can't hide nothing in this administration, and I'll tell you why. Because no one in this administration has political clout. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So true, Val.
They do not have political clout. Okay? So they don't have ways to bury things. This is a problem. And it's going to, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yep.
And as this keeps leaking, they are now looking at how to even save the Republican Party at this point.
Mm-hmm.
This is diabolical. And what about, because you said they don't have the political clout. So you know Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, these and JD Vance, they are kind of the reason this whole Epstein file kept staying alive. It would be impossible for them to leave government and come back to their audience and seem credible, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. There's no credibility with any of these people, with the real American people, or with real politicians, people that actually go out to work for their communities. That's what I mean when I say no political clout. The only clout that Kash Patel has is as a conspiracy theorist.
Facts.
Okay? And that's the way Washington, D.C. looks at him too. Don't think it's any different. That is exactly how they look at him. They look at Pam Bondi as a failed attorney. Okay? They look at the whatever his name is that runs the Department Head of Defense, Hegseth. They look at Hegseth as a drunk.
Yeah.
Those are the realities of what's happening in our government today. So when you've got people like that in power, what you really have below them in politics is people figuring out how to use them as useful idiots. That is what's happening. That's how something like the Big Beautiful Bill happens. Okay? It's because the Heritage Foundation knows they have a group of idiots in the administration right now that they can sell anything to.
Wow. W Val, W Shane. Now I brought some of our friendlies up here. We have Nutty and we have Roxy. How are you both doing?
Hey, good morning.
Good, Zeus.
Good. Nice to see you. Long time no see. Well, I know you're probably around here and I see you doing your thing, Roxy, but nice to see you. All right.
Roxy kills it in the evening, I tell you. She kills it.
Yeah. I know, and that's a good
shucks.
Yeah, you do a good job. W Roxy, W Nutty.
And Mr. Val's right before her, which is so nice. It's a great day, I tell you. You, Val, Roxy, it's like, yes, a triple threat.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, do you think Rupert has the goods on Trump and that's what's going on with the Journal?
I think he has a piece of the goods.
Yeah. I think he's got the Journal. I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he would release anything and subject himself to all kinds of things.
Did they drop the defamation? There was something about like they agreed that Trump wouldn't testify and Rupert Murdoch wouldn't testify. What was that? Something like that came out. I didn't read too much in it, but there was something that kind of changed on that front. And I don't
think
remember.
Trump would want to go through discovery, Shay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom.
I think
Showtime.
that's a big...
Exactly.
Nice to see you. Yeah.
And also, I wonder if the Biden administration, if they were smart enough, to download these files and have a copy somewhere.
Oh,
else
that's a
in
good
case.
question. So that's a good question, Roxy. I've got the answer. I've got the answer for you. There was a lot of administration officials when Trump was coming in because they knew they were going to get kicked out of office as soon as they heard Pam Bondi was going to be the person for the DOJ. And yes, there is apparently copies out there that they have downloaded and hidden.
Thank God.
Now listen, DJ is asking to come up here, and what we're going to do is I've had some words with DJ, and he says, Zeus, you're not allowing me to defend myself when Shay and Val and the Nutty beat me up. And I said,
Hey, Zeus,
I'm trying to remember if DJ's name was mentioned one time in this whole thing.
Before you bring him up, can I just say hello to everybody?
Hello, Nutty.
Hi, Nutty.
All right, fine. Go for it.
I just want you to know, Zeus, I forgive you for yesterday. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Break his mic. Break his mic.
I forgive you too, Val. So anyway,
thank you, Nutty.
Zeus,
I'm going to let that slide because... Oh, he said he can't do it now. He has to go to a meeting. He's scared, I guess.
Of course,
He's
always
scared.
has to go to a meeting.
All right, DJ. Fair enough. But you can't say I wasn't fair, DJ. So you got to stop that lie, all right?
We let you talk all the time, DJ. That's silly.
Thank you so much for bringing Brianna up because even though I give updates, it's more impactful when it comes from the victim. And yes, I'm calling them the victim because they're victims. So it's more impactful when we hear from the victim themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But to the so-called Christians, and then I'm going to go back on mute. I just have one biblical verse for you. Matthew 25:40. What you do for the least of them, you do also unto me. So, people like Wilson, the least of them, you're doing the same to Jesus Christ. The Lord and Savior that you're purporting to walk with.
Yeah.
You don't walk with Christ. because this is not Christ-like behavior.
Amen.
So I'm going to go on mute and end that right there. But yeah, to all the things that Val, Shay said, Roxy, is always good to see you. But yeah, go ahead, Zeus. Sorry about that. I just needed to get that off my chest.
Nutty. You're right, Nutty. And I accept your apology.
Oh, no, I didn't apologize.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Nutty apologized.
You know what?
I accept it.
You know
you
what?
should
You know
apologize for what Bounce did too.
As of right now, I'm a guest on your planet. So if that's what you took that as, then so be it.
All right, fair enough. That's the only way I could take it, because anything else would be considered treason, and we've already had that discussion. All right, it's a no-fly zone here. All right, so W, Zeus. All right.
And Val, I'm coming after you.
I'm so scared.
Have y'all seen this whole thing with Modi? India and the tariffs and Trump and Modi. I mean, Modi's basically saying we're not falling for this. We're not making a deal with Trump. He goes, for us, our interest is in our farmers is their top priority. India will never compromise on the interests of our farmers, fishermen, and dairy farmers. I know we'll have to pay a heavy price, but I'm ready for it. India is ready.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Wow. And so
if that happens, Shay, if he gets the Nobel Peace Prize, then we will see Donald Trump really crash out.
Oh my God, right? Oh,
yeah, wow.
If anybody gets it besides him, he's going to whine and cry.
Wow. I mean, so this is where we're at now. These tariffs have kicked in. Is this right?
Yeah, as of, I think, midnight, right?
Oh my God! Are you all finding it interesting that MAGA has no problem spending more money at the grocery store, or their gas bills and their utility bills going up? What's that about? Why all of a sudden is it okay?
Why? Great question.
They got to trust the plan. It's a big, deep. He's playing chess on multiple universes and dimensions.
The
we'll
multiple
all figure it out soon.
Yeah, the multiple universes and dimensions statement is absolutely correct, because
it's true. That's why I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
It's absolutely correct. But here's the thing: they are completely content with lying to themselves.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? They probably look in the mirror and go, "I'm the most prettiest thing on the planet." What?
Well, according to the guest that we heard yesterday, or was it the day before, right here in this live, that his grocery prices, they've actually gone down. and his, do you know who I'm talking about? You remember?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like Val said, they're content with lying to themselves.
And we know beef right now is at an all-time high.
You think he's buying like week-old food, maybe, that the grocery store is trying to get out the door? That could be a possibility.
Even that's more expensive. Even that's more expensive. So yeah, it's crazy how they think. They will literally drown themselves in order for Trump to be right.
Facts.
Wow. WL for the subscription. So,
I'm not going to change the subject back to this again, but have you guys seen all the people around Donald Trump that are involved in modeling agencies that were bringing younger girls over from overseas, like John Casablancas, and Trump even had a Trump model management agency. It's like all these people are surrounding each other. Trump also brought another, and he made him an ambassador or something. It was another guy, I can't remember which agency he was with, but it's like they're all circling the wagons and trying to protect each other in this administration. It's just weird.
It is. It's because I know they see the end just like we see the end. When the files get released, we'll know exactly who the people are and what they did. And a lot of them are friends with Donald Trump. And MAGA knows this. And again, when I look at this, you brought up a good point, Roxy. Is it possible that these two are in the same industry but have no clue what each other do? Is that possible?
In a 15-year friendship.
Yeah, I had no clue what he was doing this 15 years. He even came to my wedding and all that. Is that even is that possible?
Right? And this is the really bad thing is all these protect the children Republicans or MAGAs, the ones that are saying, save the children, we're here because we're fighting against all this. Can you imagine when they come to the realization of what they voted in, and they voted in the very thing that they swore that they were fighting against?
Roxy, at this point, I'm asking myself if they're even capable of coming to that realization.
Yeah.
So I saw in the comments that, and I'm gonna just keep saying what I've been saying. Someone said, just prosecute them all. Everybody that was involved with Epstein needs to go to jail. I don't agree with that statement. I absolutely do not agree with that statement, because we do know that there are people that actually did business with Epstein. That doesn't mean that they were found guilty or they have done any crime. That doesn't mean that they even knew what this man and Ghislaine Maxwell was doing. Okay. But however, case in point, if they are found to have been part of it or even knew about it and did nothing and said nothing, then yes, I agree with you. Throw their nasty behinds in jail. Because here's the deal. We know that Bill Clinton, we know that he's on the list. But let me ask y'all one question. How many of the victims have come forward to say Bill Clinton has done anything to them? How many?
Good question. None.
I can personally say I haven't heard any, Nutty. I haven't heard any.
Stop saying that everyone who's on the list needs to go to jail, because that's just not true. That's not true. Now, if Bill Clinton knew and said nothing and did nothing, then you're guilty by association. And then, yes, your time needs to be in jail. Your nasty behind needs to be in jail.
Yeah.
But let's just stop saying that everyone who's on the list, because there are hundreds, if not thousands of names on that list.
Yeah.
Now we keep saying about Clinton and stuff like that, but I want to make something kind of clear here, because this has actually been reported. Okay, so when we talk about the timeline of Epstein, 2003 is very important, because 2003 is when the allegations were made and the story actually broke. Okay, from 2003, from that moment on, the Clintons dropped all relationships with Epstein.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yes, all relationships.
Oh, okay. So that tracks. That makes sense.
Okay. Now, if you're doing business with him, or he's a political contributor or whatever the case may be, and he's contributing to your campaigns and stuff like that, and you're having him to events and those types of things, that's actually fairly normal. But once the Clintons found out that had happened and those allegations came forward, they dropped all communications and ties with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, that's been highly reported. Now here's where
this is not Val taking up for the Clintons either.
No, it's not.
No, definitely
it's not. But the thing is did Donald Trump break relations with Jeffrey Epstein?
No, he did not.
I mean,
he was upset that he was stealing his girls. Like, come on.
His employees is what he called, his property.
Yeah.
Hi, Meredith. How are you?
1 second.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what we have is evidence to me. It looks obviously like a cover up. I'm gonna be honest with you. And every day, you hear something else coming out, and you're going, "How deep is this situation? What is he doing? What do you think, lastly, about Ghislaine Maxwell and him having her moved? Does that scream cover up in your opinion, or does that seem like he's just following protocol as normal?"
Ducey knows nothing about that. He said so. Don't you believe him?
Yeah. Yeah, Todd Blanche didn't tell him what they talked about. Todd Blanche didn't inform him on anything. It's
Yeah, his personal attorney is talking with her.
Yeah.
I remember the names.
No, they haven't told me anything. No,
the people that I was talking about earlier in his administration that are tied to young models, let's just put it in it, is Paulo Zampoli, and he is a special rep for global partnerships. He was just appointed to that position. He is that apparently he introduced Melania to Trump.
Oh, really?
Time. Yeah, and John Casablancas, he actually he's actually unalived when he was 70 in Rio de Janeiro, but he was credibly accused of rape several times by several women, and he
Wow.
ran the Elite Models Agency. But then, these are the people that Donald Trump is hanging around, and in putting in his, and then we put Acosta as Department of Labor Secretary, who gave Epstein that great deal, and also the Department of Labor deals with human trafficking. So it's just, if you just connect the dots, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
You can see what's going on.
Exactly
Birds
right.
of a feather flock together.
We see it as clear as day. I mean, and so I want to get to the place now where when MAGA has to confront this reality, I want all you Trump supporters to know it's actually going to happen sooner rather than later. And when it all comes crashing down, I'm not really seeing Obama going down, but I do see your dear leader. I see your dear leader, and all this stuff about Obama in the 2016 election. You're going to find out too. This is all a joke.
Yeah, and seriously, and I think everybody on the panel, I've said this before, if any Democrat is on that list, put them under the jail, not just in jail, put them under it. Like that, you guys are defending a P3DO. Like, how do you keep defending him? But I just saw this. I just wanted to let you all know. Apparently, a Texas senator or something, I don't know, Republican, he talked to Kash Patel about the federal government to assist with locating the Texas House Democrats.
So weaponizing the DOJ.
Yeah, isn't that what he said Biden was doing?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's just me.
Every MAGA accusation is what? A MAGA confession. Now you want to go and do what? Force them to come down there and vote the way you want them to vote?
Everyone see MAGA's sparks come out of their ears. Just ask them a direct question and don't let them pivot. Just ask them directly, what if he's in there as a P3DO? They lose their mind. They cannot answer it. They can't just, I mean, if you ask me that question about somebody, a Democrat, I'd say then lock them up.
Yeah.
Immediately comes out of my mouth. But when you're in a cult, their mind, they can't even fathom the fact that Donald Trump might be in those files as a P3DO. They lose it.
Wow. I'm going to start trying to do that. Miles, what if he is, Gregory, what if he is? Would that be enough for you to say, you know what, this is a bridge too far? Could either of you answer that question honestly?
Have y'all seen the latest poll on that?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Ask you a question. So Zeus, how many times have we seen? We'll just go back to Barack Obama, because we know that they're triggered by Barack Obama. How many times did Barack Obama, in reference to Sasha and Malia, how many times did he state how good looking they are?
I don't remember him saying it.
How many times?
Never.
How many times did he objectify his daughters?
Never.
How many times did he say that he had smecks in common with Sasha and Malia?
That'll be a 0.
Well, we know Michelle would have kicked his ever-living ass had he done that.
True.
But, because they think that her name is Michael anyway, but whatever.
Yeah.
How many times did we see Joe Biden? And I know what they're going to say. Well, what about Ashley's diary? What about Ashley's diary?
Wow, here they go.
And what about him sniffing little kids' hair? Oh, you mean when he bent down to kiss and love on his granddaughter at her father's funeral services?
One of
How
them
many
keeps saying
times?
he licks them. I'm like, when
But
did
yet-
Biden never
but
licked
yet-
a kid?
But yet we've heard out of the horse's mouth, being Donald Trump, because he is the horse's ass.
Yeah.
We've heard out of his mouth that he objectifies he doesn't objectify Tiffany. It's only Ivanka. Because he wants to sleep with Ivanka.
Well, no, Nutty,
He
when
wants
she
to-
was a year and a half, he did objectify her. He said,
Oh,
she
about the
has
boobs.
marvelous legs, but
Yeah.
we don't know about the top first.
Yeah, right. But see, we have only a 3PDO would objectify children
Yep.
and their own daughters. Because when you are that sick in the brain, it doesn't matter if they're related to you. It just matters that there's someone that you can prey on, P-R-E-Y.
Yeah.
When you need to be P-R-A-Y-ing on them.
Thank you. W Nutty. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. And so what we're highlighting through this conversation, and this has been a pretty regular, decent conversation. What we're highlighting is MAGA right now has no answers for the stuff that they're doing, that Donald Trump has done and continues to do. And Roxy, it's a very valid point, MAGA. What are you going to do when you find out that those law enforcement officers, they went through those files and they found out what your dear leader did? And it was so important that Pam Bondi had to go sit down and tell him something that's got us in this situation that we're in now. This is crazy. Yeah. W Zeus. And so all the attempts to try to distract us. What did he do to try to distract us? He went and bombed another country. He dropped a boom boom on another country.
He tried everything. I mean, he's gone every route he could go to try to distract the country,
and it's not working.
He's going after Obama.
Yeah,
for treason.
Yeah, releasing the MLK files. I think we went through that. Yeah.
But thanks to him, Obama has presidential immunity. So whatever.
Yeah. Two nukes.
Well, the whole thing's dumb anyway. I mean, I hate using the presidential immunity argument, to be honest with you, because I don't think Obama ever did anything that he would have to use presidential immunity for, right? So there's that.
Definitely not.
But Val, I love throwing that back in your face, because we wouldn't be talking about presidential immunity if it weren't for them.
Oh, no, we would not. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm going to go with what Biden said on that very subject, because he was asked about that. You know what I'm saying? Would he use the immunity powers that have been given to him, for subverting elections or things like that? And he said no, it's unconstitutional.
And that's what a real president would say. All right, now listen, Big Zeus has to get up out of here. All right, but before I do, hold on, I want to bring up my good friend JTA Creations, because he's working on something actually spectacular. Good morning, JTA. How are you doing, brother? JTA Creations, are you there? All right, this is actually.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I am here. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, we've covered a lot of territory. Obviously there's what you and I were going to talk about, but is there something you wanted to say before we get into that?
Well, for starters, I know the last time I was here, I didn't do this. Shame on me. So I deserve the booze and shame. But I want to shout out my mom, KittyCat12270, because I know she watches every day. I didn't do that last time.
You better always respect moms.
Exactly. But other than that, I mean, I'm hanging in there, and I just wanted to say thank you to anybody that's here that's watched any of the TikTok / YouTube videos that I put up with the wrestling thing.
Yes.
I've had a storyline planted. Zeus, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
And it's playing out in real time, and where everybody will all kind of every story will kind of be joined together. So
yeah. So let me break it down. But so folks, you've got characters, because you watch the show. I think Val, I've seen his character. I don't know if Nutty has one. I don't know if Roxy or Shay has one, right? I think Shay has one.
Yeah, I made Shay.
Yeah, and what we're doing is we're destroying the MAGA demons the way it needs to happen, right? You've put a lot of work in.
Correct.
Thank you. All right, WJTA.
I gotta go look. I didn't know you made one for me.
I got a character?
Yeah,
you do.
I actually messaged you, Shay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll go look. I'm so sorry. Oh, I gotta watch it.
And I like what you did to Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, because I really can't wait to just put them in the ropes and do some things. You know what they do, and then the leg drop, and then the lake of fire. I'm really looking forward to it, and you actually got Donald Trump in there and other cool features, cool characters, right?
Yeah, I have. So
Yeah.
aside from like video game characters like Mario, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, etc.
Yeah.
You have comic book ones like Batman, Superman, some YouTubers that I know of, and then of course we got Val, Shay, Hugh, Straight Facts. I made Santana. I made.
Wow.
There, and then of course you have the MAGA demons like Tiny Tank Top Tim, Dame, Asler.
Oh,
wait for that one.
I haven't heard Asler in a while. Is Asler still around?
I think he's in prison somewhere. Who knows?
Fair.
Maybe under witness protection. But,
Facts.
but
Wow.
you know, it's for Tiny Tank Top Tim because I this is something that I said I wanted to address. When we first talked about it, he came up right after me. And then he was like, "Oh, shout out to GTA. Yeah, any publicity is good publicity." Dude, don't even play yourself. Because it's not good publicity and you suck. I made sure that you were the dumbest character in the game. But don't be honored by that, my man.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for you guys to see Red Lady Red.
Oh my! Oh, Red Lady Red! Wow, you got her too.
Lady Red, stop
And so what I was thinking is,
Ange is in there.
What I was thinking, oh, Ange is in there too. Wow, I mean, you got us all. What I was thinking is maybe we could carve out certain parts of the show, and you know, I really want to see some of the moves that are dropped when we go live here and there. So we'll work on those details, but I think it's very, very important for people to see what it really looks like. All these debates and the work that's gone into them. How it always ends up for MAGA, all right? Because that's what this is truly, truly about. And we're using a platform like that is just incredible. WJTA. Dr. Keisha Davis, I see you.
Oh, and for those who didn't see, I did make Lex. I put up his entrance either yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. Then he loves it.
Okay.
But
I'll let that slide.
But I gotta say though, for the Trump supporters, number one, I think it's obvious, and I'm just gonna say it bluntly, you guys are stupid. You know, to write the things like every episode this week, like I put up 2 wrestling matches every day, and the first match this week I've made Donald Trump basically like in wrestling talk trash about you, Zeus.
Oh, he talks about me.
And to put myself because I write it, and to put myself in the mindset of Donald Trump, I mean, is a tasking order.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand you people. Because like I was telling my mom about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why were you trying to do that?" I said, "Because I'm trying to write and think like how he would say things, how he would respond."
Yeah.
It's a tasking order because I mean, this guy, everything he says is nonsense, and it's plain as day. And for these people to try to justify it, you know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, it was migraine inducing. But I know that with these Republicans, and it's hard because this Friday is going to be the match tomorrow, where it's Ange is gonna wrestle, and then I'm gonna have you versus Tiny Tank Top.
Oh, I get to start out with Tiny Tank Top. Easy work.
Yeah. So
getting you too, MAGA Queen. You can get it too. It doesn't matter.
So there is a bit of, I feel that it's controversial, but it's necessary.
Fair enough.
Because it's how I feel about these MAGA Republicans. Now, I was telling you yesterday that I know somebody personally who is very heavy into MAGA.
Yeah.
And I've known her since 2010, and we're both from New York. I'm from the Bronx. She's from New Rochelle. And I remember when Trump was running in 2016.
Yeah.
And he was going against Hillary, and I think it was plain as day obvious that his whole campaign was not only about hate, but it was racist. You know, you had actors who went there, and these people were dropping N-bombs, and did Donald Trump at any point stop it?
No.
No. he kept it going, and then even going as far as when he was confronted on it, saying, "They're great people on both sides, and believe me." But he's a
he's
But,
a nasty, evil, like you said, disgusting person.
yeah. So when with me and I don't even know if I could really call her a friend because it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's divisive.
It's like, I remember her always crooked Hillary and this and that, and they all mock everything that Trump says. They parrot everything he says, but they all sound stupid. And if you listen to what Trump says, he's not saying anything. He's not saying anything, and they repeat it and run with it. If he told them that feces would, go and eat your feces, drink your urine, it is the cure to
Cancer.
Ebola or whatever.
Yeah, they would do it without a
They'll do
doubt,
it.
without hesitation. It's the best stuff I've ever drank and eaten at the same time with their one tooth and their two
Exactly.
brain cells. Well, listen, JTA, Big Zeus has to get up out of here, brother. All right, but maybe tomorrow or something we'll check in to see when we could get a little glimpse of what you've been working on, because
Yeah,
that's
I'm
going to
gonna-
be big. And Nutty said
I'm gonna
he needs a
slice it
character.
up.
Is there a character for Nutty? Because if
I
so,
didn't make
okay,
Nutty,
what? Okay, great.
but I gotta see what he looks like.
Okay, well, listen, it's not that difficult. All right, get a paper bag.
Oh, nice.
All right. I'm so sorry. All right, hey, Q Dog. Yeah, you got to do Q Dog too.
I just want to point out.
That's where he looks like. There you go.
Right, because you got to make him look. You got to make him look good. All right, because I can't be around ugly folks. All right, so do your best with Nutty and Q Dog. All right, but you and I know what it really is. And throw a little. Yeah. What was that, Shay?
Oh, sorry, JTA. I was trying to find mine. It's probably buried pretty. Can you send it to me? I'd appreciate it. And I followed you back.
Sure, I
Sorry.
know.
room
I know. I
is
sent it to
shade.
Zeus on Twitter, so I'll definitely hit you up with it.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I can't wait to see it.
Let me see something. Let me see if I have it up here. I saw a photo you did of me the other day, and I said, you know what, this is kind of saucy, bro. I got to give it to you.
Oh no. Hey Zeus, before I drop real quick, I wanted to give you an update, and I know a lot of people have heard this. I got the consultation appointment for the lung transplants to see if I qualify. I just wanted to give you an
Oh,
update.
okay. Congratulations.
That's awesome, honey. Yeah, we can share that.
The consultation appointment, you said?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I have to go do 2 tests. Then I'll meet with the guy who would do the lung transplant and the team that's involved with it.
Mhm.
And they'll assess if I qualify to be put on the list.
Yeah.
And if I do, then I have a week to decide if I want to do the surgery. And then I go back down there. If I decide I do, then I go back down there with the people that are going to help take care of me after. And we have 4 days down in Philly, but that's if I get on it. I can't, there's no guarantees.
Oh, well, listen, keep us updated, Meredith, all right? Prayers do get answered, all right? And we're going to keep that going, all right? Sending you, Meredith. Well, you better keep us updated. We are keeping tabs on you and making sure you're doing everything you can, and everybody's helping each other out, all right? So thank you. Seriously. Huh?
JTA, I'm on check out your videos.
All right, yeah, follow them, check them out. But and on that note, the last thing is, you see the video. That's the picture you sent to me, right? And I said, man, you got me protrude. You got me protrude. And Tiny Tank Tom is really trying to go up against this. It's not going to happen. And this is you see me laying on the ropes like that, Tiny Tank Top Tim. You can't do that unless you're truly structured. All right. And everything got to be hitting. All right. And as you can see, it's hitting everywhere. From the tip of the head. You can't do Nutty like that. All right. Give him about 60% or 70% of that. All right.
Ooh,
The shade.
That was wrong.
I love it. I found a lot of Anjas. I
all
love
good.
Anjas. These are fun.
Oh my Lord. All right. Well, listen, you all. I have to get up out of here. All right. But
JTA. That was
all of you.
I can't wait to see it.
Make sure you're following the panelists, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all once again. All right. W to the panelists. Thank you all. I'll see you next time. All right. All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Big Zeus has to get up out of here. I want to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this wouldn't be a great show. Yes, if you can, add to Keisha and Kabira. I didn't think I covered that, or anyone else that really does a great job helping defend the truth, all right? I also want to say special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, because without you, this show wouldn't be as entertaining, engaging, Tara, and educational. But I also got to give one last round of boos and shaming. You know exactly who these boos and shames go out to. This goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. And they're not just my haters. These are also your haters. They get out here and they lie day in and day out, and they defend Donald Trump for being a predator when they know he's not a good, and you shouldn't defend a predator. W. Rick, right? And they know hell will be their portion because they won't repent. All right? They've sold their souls to Donald Trump, and I don't know what he gave them for it, but whatever it was, they now have to deal with the reality that not only is life going to get worse for them, all right, because their bills are going to go through the roof, but they're actually on the verge of possibly really experiencing very, very difficult circumstances in their life. All right. And so what I'll do is, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give them one last round of, you guessed it, boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
All right, we're out of here. Take care and stay safe. I got to get out of here. All right. No drill, baby drill today. We'll do it tomorrow on Friday. All right, but we'll enjoy with this. All right, we're out of here. Hey. You have a great day. Love you all. Thank you, Tootie. Let's go. Hit 'em with it. Hey, hey, hey. Tootie. Let's go, let's go. Reggie. Hey, let's go, let's go. Thank you. Hugo. What a great show. It's always a good show when you don't have to argue with folks, right? Because then it's just, you know what I need to do? I need to rethink about my priorities because that's what MAGA has done. W. Heaven. My brother, keep up the great work. You go into those red spaces and you do a number. Keep them going. W. Rick. Let's go. Maribel. Here it goes. Yes. Connection, let's go. Sticky fingers. Hard, let's go. It's a great song, you gotta love it. Have a great rest of your morning. W user, thank you for the subscription. I'll be back tomorrow. Same Zeus time, Queen Play, same Zeus channel, Zoe, W Lee. All right, we're out of here. Take care and stay safe.